So, the other day I was reminiscing. I was looking back on all the old Disney shows we used to watch, and I was like, you know what? There are a lot of good shows on Disney Channel.
Oh, hell yeah.
And we haven't like gone through and watched them again, but like...
This is from memory.
Yeah, a tier list of how well they've stood up today. So I'll quickly go through the tiers. We got the top tier, which is like, if we still quote it to this day, if we still remember it, if we're still like, oh, do you remember that scene in 7-7, this happens? And then the next tier down is one of the greats. So like, you can still watch it to this day. It was one that we'd always put on, we'd always watch it, we'd always enjoy it. And then the next tier down, like, it's a good watch. It's like, if it's on, you're like, okay, I'd watch it, but you never really choose to watch it. It's just like, yeah, I'll watch this one.
It's there.
Half paying attention, that's, you know, self-explanatory. You put it on, you'd pay attention to the good bits, and then you'd like, I don't know, play with your Legos. And then...
You were going to say something else.
What?
Play with yourself.
Yeah, play with your willy instead. And then the next tier down is background noise, which, again, self-explanatory.
Who cares about that?
It's like, you'd put it on and like, you'd just be doing other shit. It would just be there in the background. You'd be like, what, is this show still on? When's you know, when's that So Raven on? And then the bottom tier is just like trash, like... Never
would put on.
Yeah, like you'd watch it once and be like, this is awful.
It's not even good as background noise.
Yeah, it's offensive.
Offensive to my eyes.
So, the first one on the list is As the Bell Rings. So, I don't know if you remember this one.
Oh, is that the 12-minute
Well, they're
inserts?
5 minutes.
Oh, is it? Is
Yeah,
that it?
Up. So, like, it would be like a 5-minute sketch of people in a hallway in a school.
Hey, can you guys help me decide on my talent?
Sure, Tiff. What are you thinking about doing?
Well, I've got to narrow down to either hand modeling or reciting the alphabet backwards. Z-Y. Well, I'm still practicing that one. See ya.
They were supposed to be funny, but they never
They
were.
were
And every time
awful.
they'd come on, it's like...
It was an instant skip. If As the Bell Rings
Trash.
was ever on, it was, yeah.
I think it's trash.
Think trash, yeah, definitely.
Total trash.
Next up, Good Luck Charlie. So this one was like, as we were growing a bit older. It came out in 2010 and aired till 2014, so I would have been what? 14?
Yeah, I was a bit older, but I do remember I still watched it.
I
It
don't
was
remember
just
it being
like...
good.
No, it wasn't that funny, but for me it was a half paying attention, like if there was nothing else on.
Yeah.
It was just like...
I don't think it was awful. I don't think it was background noise.
No, I did watch it and I enjoyed it.
Yeah, but there was nothing like memorable about it. It was a diary towards her younger sister, so
Yeah.
that her sister would watch it when she gets older and see what she was like as a baby, I guess. It's a cute concept.
Yeah, I mean I enjoyed it, like I would put it on and I was like, yeah, but there's like better shows.
So yeah, I think half paying
attention for that one.
is alright. Next up is Phil of the Future, which came out in 2004 till 2006. So, do you remember what it was about?
Yes,
So, like,
he comes from the future, and then I think his family, they struggle to find a way to get back home. Their like time machine breaks,
Yeah.
so he has to live for a little while in our time, and then he ends up being like, I really like it in this century, and
Which-
he falls in love with his best friend.
Yeah, I think it's such a good concept for a Disney Channel show because like there's always something you can do because the comedy of it comes from the fact that he has no idea how to live in a previous millennia. So there's always a good joke to go to.
Phil, you're going to be in something called the 9th grade. And Pam, you're going to be in something called the 7th grade.
I want to be in 9th grade.
Honey, they go by age here.
I think it was a good watch, and I liked it mainly because I really fancied Phil. But like, I think they could have done a bit more with the whole futuristic stuff. Like, he still felt like someone from out, obviously, because they don't know the future, do they? But I thought they could go really kind of far out there, but I guess it wouldn't be relatable. I didn't think their gadgets were that inventive.
Okay.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. I sort of give it a bit of a pass because it was in like the earlier years of Disney, like 2004. Quite early on, but I think a good watch.
I think it was a good watch.
Yeah, it definitely is one of the greats. So next is probably my least favourite of all of them, Sunny with a Chance.
Hi, I'm Sunny!
Hi, I'm Sunny. I'm Sunny. And I'm Sunny. I'm new.
Hi!
So this again was one of the later ones. So we were a bit older when this came out, but it was 2009 to 2011. And I said it's just a bit lame.
It was just Demi Lovato. I was like,
She's just
please
very
stop
awkward.
smiling like that.
Yeah.
And like her nose would come down. She'd be like,
Hi, Tony.
I was like, oh,
Yeah,
someone smiled at me like that, I'd run a mile.
She's like the queen of overacting.
Yeah, she's a good singer, but acting's not your forte.
Yeah. So the plot was like, it's a girl from the Midwest who comes to LA to be in a TV series, and it's her dealing with her now being like a celebrity, which is just a bit shit. Like, that's just not very
I don't
interesting.
even remember what the whole
That
plot
was
of
what, I
it
had to
was.
Google it. That was what it was about. But it just seems a bit too literal, because it's about her filming a TV show while she's already actually on a TV show. It's like, haha, really funny.
I think background noise for Sunny. Like, I did put it on because how bad it was. You know, when you like to make yourself cringe, I would put on
Yeah.
Sunny with a Chance to be like, oh, this is so bad.
I was going to put it in trash.
I don't know, like,
But
when
then,
it would
to be
come on, I
fair-
would still put it on because
Yeah,
I'm like,
you're
oh,
right.
this is awful.
I've
but
probably seen more episodes than I have some of the other shows,
Yeah.
so I guess it was background noise,
Yeah.
but it wasn't good. And yeah, to be fair, it's better than As the Bell Rings.
Yeah,
I'll give you that.
definitely.
So next up is The Sweet Life of Zack and Cody, which was an absolutely brilliant show, one of Disney's finest, I think. That was from 2005 to 2008. It had some amazing acting, like Mr. Mosby.
He is
Who
pretty
was,
good.
he was supposed to be like the Squidward of the show. Do you know what I mean? He's supposed to
The
be the boring,
Prindle.
the boring sort of man in charge. He's the boss. He's not supposed to be funny, and he knocks it out of the park. He is the funniest character on there.
Step, step, kick, and shimmy, 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 shimmy. 1, 2, boogie, and Shorty George, fishtail, and crazy legs.
Would you like am or foom?
So many good moments, so many good scenes. The Prindle.
Now, are you familiar with the gear shift?
You mean the Prindle?
The what?
The Prindle.
Are you referring to the shift lever that says PRNDL?
I'm not a child, Mosby. I know how to spell Prindle.
Do you remember when they did that the advert for the Tip Tin?
Welcome to the Tip-In.
Where everything is sweet.
Try joining us for dinner. May we offer you a seat?
When you stay at the...
It's your name!
Oh,
When you stay at the London.
Your last name!
When you stay at the London. Because
No.
she forgets the name of the hotel. Oh.
I remember, I think it was Cole Sprouse, where they're doing some like dance thing, and he's like, "Step off! I feel the music in me!" And then he does that weird little like chicken thing and falls off the stage. I remember when I think also Cole Sprouse dyes his hair.
Oh no! The box said it would be a Honey Missed Auburn. Honey, you missed Auburn big time.
Oh, honey, you missed Auburn big time.
See, it's good. I
Yeah,
think
it was good, but I don't think it's iconic.
I think it's. I still quote it to this day. I still talk about the Prindle.
The Prindle
I find
was like
myself
the
talking
best
about the Prindle.
scene, but
Yeah.
I don't know, like two boys living in a hotel, like how much
good.
did that cost his mum for a suite
yeah,
every single night?
But it had something for everyone. Like, there were two boys as main characters, so it was relatable for them. There were like older girls in London and whoever Ashley Tisdale's character was, so girls could relate. I feel like it was a good all-round show. There were so many characters in the hotel, and they were all pretty funny. There was no bad acting in it. I think it's up there, to be honest.
I think it's one of the greats.
Think back on how much we watched Sweet Life of Zack and Cody. I don't know, I think it
If you can believe, you can achieve.
see? If you're still quoting it to this day, it goes in the top tier.
But I don't really remember many episodes. I only remember that motivational speaker one and the Am and Fum. Don't remember any others.
Those.
I think maybe because I was a little bit older than you as well. Maybe
maybe.
it really like resonated with you
Well,
a bit more.
okay, we can put it in one of the greats. Okay, this one we are
gonna
about.
so disagree on this
So
one.
Phineas and Ferb, right? Let me just get my notes quick because I have some things to say about Phineas and Ferb. So it came out in 2007 and aired till 2015. It's the highest rated show on IMDb of Disney Channel, and it's the longest running Disney Channel show to this day. Well,
That's
not-
mad.
Yeah. And I think like it had a really, really good formula to it. So like every episode, Phineas and Ferb would make a crazy invention and their sister would try and catch them and fail every time. And the platypus would walk off and fight crime. And the same thing happens every episode, but there's so much you can do with that. They kept it interesting. There's always something they can build. There's always some crazy scheme. And like, it's great as a cartoon because it's just pure ridiculousness. Like these two little boys can somehow build like a massive roller coaster or something.
And then I remember the end, the mum would never catch them, would she?
It's ridiculous, which is what makes it so great. It's a cartoon, it's supposed to be silly. You know?
Yep.
I think it's one of the greats. Also, they had a song in almost every single episode, and the songs were so good.
Oh, see, I don't like this. I hate songs.
But they were fun. They were good. There was the one about the aglet, which was the
bit on the end of the shoelace.
Yeah.
Nah, see, I was not a fan of Phineas and Ferb. Like, I was
you were
obviously
out of its
not.
demographic.
I wasn't the demographic.
No.
I don't like the drawings. The Perry the Platypus Man, whatever his name is, the professor.
Doofenshmirtz.
Perry the Platypus! Like, his voice just grated on me. Candace was just, well, she's supposed to be irritating, but every time I was like, mate, girl, you need to get a life, Candace. Go hang out with your mates and stop trying to rat your little brothers out, okay?
Yeah, she was bad.
Oh, she was so annoying.
Considering I let you put Sweet Life of Zack and Cody in one of the greats, can I put Phineas and Ferb in one of the greats?
Okay, we'll compromise.
Yeah. And I reckon if you rewatched it, you'd probably appreciate it more.
I think I can appreciate a show if it's good for who it's meant for.
Because just because you don't enjoy it doesn't mean it's not a good show.
Yeah, it's
Do you know
just
what I mean?
every time it was on, I was like, nah.
So the next one I have little to no memory of. I just wrote question marks for, but Even Stevens. It was from 2000 to 2003.
The name rings a bell, but I don't remember watching it.
Yeah.
Is the main guy, is he the one that's in Lizzie Mcguire as the brother?
No, it's Shia LaBeouf.
Is
the
it?
mother, yeah.
Well, it obviously...
I can't say it's trash because we don't know, but it had
But we didn't watch it.
Yeah.
And
So
there
in
must have been a
background
reason
noise.
why we never put it on.
Well, I think it was just a bit too early. It stopped airing in 2003. So I would have been, like 6.
Yeah, so that's why
So-
we don't know it.
I'm going to put in background noise because I can't say it's trash because I don't know.
Yeah, but we never put it on. Like, by the time we started watching Disney Channel,
This is
it
true.
wasn't on. So
Yeah, okay.
it would have to go in trash.
Next is Recess. Who likes
Was that Disney Channel?
Yeah.
I thought it was Cartoon Network.
No, apparently it's Disney Channel. I thought it was Cartoon Network, but on IMDb it says...
Recess had the best intro. I loved their intro.
does it
You
go?
know, the sequence. And then there's the headmistress, I think it was, the old lady.
I liked Randall. I remember Randall.
I liked Gretchen. Was it Gretchen with the big
Yeah,
glasses?
yeah. I
And
think I remember
Spinelli.
this
I
one.
liked Liza Spinelli.
Yeah,
She was
Spinelli
good.
was good. Was she like the sort of...
She's that one.
Yeah, she was like the tomboy.
Yeah.
Yeah, she was cool.
I can't remember Gus and I can't remember the little guy.
I can't remember. And the big guy as well.
Yeah, that's Gus.
Oh, that's Gus. Who was he?
That's Randall.
Oh, no, Randall's the one with the neck like that who'd always tell on him.
Oh,
Do you remember Randall?
him!
Yeah. I related to Randall. That was very
Why?
nice.
Were you a bit of a
Well, no,
telltale
he was
tit?
just the little creepy weirdo, like...
And you were a creepy. Well, yeah, you were a creepy weirdo.
I was never that big into it, but all my friends really liked Recess. I remember it being quite big, but I would sort of half pay attention to it. I can't think of any episodes off the back of my head.
I think for me it was more a good watch. I remember I did used to watch it. I don't think you watched it with me. But no, the characters were really good. There was one episode where there was like these tyres and these girls made their own like little den, like hideout. They're like the popular girls. There was like 3 of them. And you'd go inside these little tyres and then they had like this pink room inside.
This is your clubhouse?
As if. This is our clubhouse. It's remarkable what one can do with a few accessories.
Wow, this is amazing. This is...
Okay, we'll put it in a good watch, because it had a really good reception as well. Good watch or one of the greats?
Good watch.
Good watch,
Yeah.
Cory in the House. So that came out 2007 to 2008, so it didn't have a very long run time. And I think that's because you take Raven out of That's So Raven and suddenly it's just not very good. No shade to Mr. Baxter, Mr. Victor Baxter, because I think he's great.
Just like old times. Now stop!
Victor's great.
But it just wasn't very good. I remember watching it and just being like, I need Chelsea, I need Raven, I need Eddie. And they weren't there.
I think I tried 2 episodes, didn't like it, I never put it on again. So it wouldn't even be background noise for
No.
me. It'd be trash for me.
Trash. Yeah, I mean, I agree. I never really enjoyed it.
I think if it was its own thing,
Yeah.
separate from That's So Raven, but because you're comparing it to That's So Raven, and it's the
Yeah.
characters from that show, and then you're doing a spin-off, you're just like, well,
And
it doesn't compare.
not even
so.
like the best characters either.
Nah.
Like,
not even Chelsea. She was like one of the best.
didn't
And I
work.
also think by the time they had Cory in the house, Cory was more grown up. Like, he was funny as the younger little brother.
Yeah.
It was that funny character. And
They
that.
could have done more, they didn't. So yeah, I put it in trash. Next up is Lizzie Mcguire, which came out 2001 to 2004. So this was another really early one. But I think Lizzie Mcguire was really good.
I think it's one of the greats, Lizzie Mcguire.
I think it's one of the greats as well. It was like the first of its kind where it mixed animation and real life. And like,
I'm sure there's probably shows that have done that before.
but like for Disney Channel, that was something that was quite like different.
Yeah, because you had the little animated, it was kind of her inner thoughts and her little diary, I guess, like.
And I think that was really cute. I thought
Because
that
it
was such a good
showed
idea.
like what she really thought.
Hilary Duff as well, I think, is a good. She was like one of the only Disney girls who had no controversies. Like she just sort of.
Yeah, I guess so. She just went into a singing career, didn't she?
Yeah, and then she sort of went silent, and that was that.
She dated that guy from Good Charlotte for a
Yeah,
while.
love
Is it
Hilary
Joel?
Duff.
Joel Maiden?
Love Lizzie Mcguire. I think it's one of the greats.
Yeah, it was a nice show.
It was the
a good
first one I
watch.
remember, like us getting really addicted to watching Disney Channel as well.
Yeah, because there was a point where that's all we would watch was just
Yeah.
Disney Channel
Yeah.
over and over. And
So,
Lizzie
yeah.
McGuire movie, come on, like
Oh
hey
my god,
now,
yeah,
hey
that was good.
now.
Yeah.
They did a Sweet Life. What was it?
Sweet Life meets That's So Raven
of
and-
Hannah Montana something.
Yeah.
And they mixed the shows, and I
That
was like,
was
oh
good,
my
yeah.
god, mind blown! My 3 favourite shows together.
Yes, you did. You were doing this.
I have never made that face before in my life.
It was so
What
good.
a time to be alive.
Oh,
when That's So
innit?
Raven, Miley Cyrus and Sweet Life of Zack and Cody were
I
in
don't
the
think
same
it.
room.
Oh, it was That's So Raven.
It was,
Raven
yeah.
went to the hotel. I was
She
like,
did.
oh, she's gonna meet Zack and Cody.
So next up is Kim Possible, which is quite a long running one. That went from 2002 to 2007. I just remember it just not being very funny. And when you watch Disney Channel, we just wanted to laugh.
I think it was a good show, but it wasn't really for me at the time. I think I started getting more into like, I liked shows with real people and like in schools and like
Yeah.
real life stuff. And obviously she's a spy. And at that time I was just more interested in watching real people. I think
Yeah.
that animation is like, it's nice.
Yeah, I do think it looks good. I like her design. Like she looks really cool as a character.
And-
but I just never got into it, and I don't really know why.
I remember her little naked mole rat, and I think she's like quite a good character as well, like because she's a girl as well, like as a spy, as a main character.
Yeah,
I think
yeah.
that's good, but for me, I never put it on, so it was always background noise for me. I don't think it's as bad to be trash, but
No, because I think it was good. Whenever I watched it, I remember being like entertained. But
Yeah.
I just never chose to watch it. Maybe it goes in half paying attention.
yeah,
Because
yeah.
it's not on par with Sunny with a Chance.
Oh
like,
no,
yeah.
no, it's better than Sunny with
Yeah.
a Chance.
So the next one is Sweet Life on Deck, which I remember it was still funny, but it was just missing what the Sweet Life of Zack and Cody was.
Even though it did have Zack and Cody in it, I don't know why it failed, but it was just like
It was
they
okay.
introduced new characters,
Yeah,
and there
so-
was that guy with the curly short hair, and he reminded me of this guy that really irritated me at school, and I was like, I don't like him.
And then Ashley Tisdale is
What?
the only one to not be in it, and the mum, I believe. And then they
What
replaced.
about London? Was she in it?
Yeah, she was in it. There was a new character, Debbie Ryan played like Cody's love interest or something, and I just remember her character being really. She looked like a young Demi Lovato. She'd always be like,
Hi, I'm Sunny!
Off to the races.
and yeah, it just wasn't as good. Mr. Mosby was still in it.
Jordan, I love you!
It wasn't memorable, Sweet Life on Deck.
But I did
think-
watch it a lot, to be fair. And I think it was still pretty funny, so I'd put it in a good watch.
Okay. For me, it'd be half paying attention.
I think I watched it a bit more than you, probably.
Yeah.
I'll put it in a good watch, because I think it was still good. It had the core of what made it.
Yeah, at least they didn't replace loads of people.
Yeah, it was just slightly worse. The next one is Proud Family, which I have almost no memories of.
No, don't remember it either.
I literally just remember the poster, like the faces.
Yeah, I kind of recognise the faces. Is it the guy from The Incredibles? Is that what it is? Because that guy, he looks like, you know, the Frosty guy.
Frozone.
Yeah, it looks like him.
Where's my super suit?
Yeah, is it him and his
I don't
family?
think, no, I don't think it is.
Oh.
I guess it's trash because we never watched it.
Yeah,
The Replacements. I don't think you ever watched this, but I remember watching it.
I've seen a bit because you watched it, but I
so
don't
I
have an
wrote-
opinion on this.
So the synopsis of it was that there's these two kids and they can replace people in their life with superhumans or aces. So like say you don't like your teacher, you just replace them and they get a secret agent to replace that
That's
person.
a good idea for a show.
It was pretty. I remember it being pretty good, but it just didn't stick around very long. I think there were just better things. I remember it being quite good, but I didn't remember it until I searched on IMDb shows in the 2000s by Disney. So I would say half paying attention. Next one is That's a Raven.
Iconic.
It's straight away I'm throwing it in.
Still
there
quote
because
to
there's
this
no
day.
debate. There's no debate. It was the best show on Disney Channel.
Oh mate, it was my favourite show of all time.
Props to Raven. She was such a good comedian. Like her facial expressions, her quotes, her catchphrases.
Oh, you nasty.
But now listen up, you two. My daddy runs a respectable place. Nasty.
Whenever she go, great, just brilliant.
Okay.
And Chelsea was hilarious. I liked Eddie. And then Cory was great. Mr. and Mrs. Baxter, like they were just such
funny
like
parents. Usually
humble,
the parents are like
funny
dull,
parents.
like the parents are usually the dull characters. You don't care about the parents, but they were so funny.
They were.
That's my stomach growling. Hush, stomach. Stay, stomach. Stay. Good stomach.
Yeah.
There was Miss Lasagna.
Oh, that was the best episode. Yeah, that's Liz Anya.
You don't expect me to introduce me, do you?
And then when he's like, only know one song, then play it. Look at funky. He's like, oh, when this ends, go marchini.
It sort of felt like all the characters in there were comedians. They weren't just actors. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
They all worked together so well, and they were all so funny together.
Do you carry a lunchbox?
Does you know who I be? Does you listen to music?
Do you watch TV?
Do you carry a lunchbox?
I think there's no denying that Raven is the best. The best.
So
of them all.
good.
So the next one is Wizards of Waverly Place, which I remember being a pretty good show. I watched it quite a bit.
Yeah, I watched quite a lot of it, and I think I was a bit older at that point, and I would still put it on. I was like, yeah, I'm like 15. I don't watch Disney Channel, but I do actually still watch Disney Channel, and it'd be Wizards of Waverly Place. And people at school be like, do you watch this on MTV? I was like,
yeah.
No, I still watch Disney Channel.
Selena Gomez was pretty good as an actress.
She was really good in that show. Like, she wasn't really over the top.
Has a book. Oh, I can hear you.
It was also cool to have something a bit different. Usually, like, Disney Channel shows are just like about normal things, like a girl at high school, or you know, a girl who goes on a TV show, blah 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 blah. But this one, they're wizards, so it adds like a new layer of fantasy to it.
And at
So
that
that's fun.
time, I was getting more into fantasy stuff.
And
so.
Harry Potter was massive. So
And I
it's
liked that there was like 3 of them. So,
Yeah.
because usually it's like a girl and then younger brother, and this was like, you know, Selena Gomez was the middle child. She had a younger brother and an older brother, and she
more
got
to relate to. Yeah.
and I think she kind of got on quite well with her older brother.
But yeah, I'd say it's one of the greats.
Yeah, definitely.
The next one is American Dragon, which I don't really remember watching very much. And I feel like that would have been something I would have really enjoyed as a kid. I don't really know why I didn't watch it. But
I remember it being on. I think you watched a few episodes.
I did,
For
but I was
me-
never really into it. I was never like, oh, I love American Dragon. It was one of those ones that if it was on, I was watching.
Oh, so a half paying attention one for you then.
Yeah,
I
definitely.
didn't watch it, so up to
It's
you.
a half paying attention. Next one is Shake It Up.
I was too old for this by the time it came out.
Yeah, this was 2010 it came out, so
Yeah.
it was just after we were getting over Disney.
What was I? I was in like year 10 by the time
12
this
years
came out.
ago. No, 11 years ago.
Yeah, but I finished school in 2011, so if that came out 2010, then I was in
you're like
I was
16
I was
or
in year
whatever.
10, and like it was just too cringy, just too. But I'll have to say the opening theme is a banger.
Do you remember that advert always used to play and it was like,
Shake it up. But the actual tune is by Selena Gomez.
Oh, is it?
And I put it on my Spotify the other week. I was like, what a banging
Crazy.
tune.
I remember watching it and I remember it being shit, so I'm going to put it in trash if you...
Yeah, it was trash. Yeah.
And then the last one is Hannah Montana.
Henny Montana.
Which, so Miley Cyrus as an actor is not the best, if I'm
No.
honest. She can't really act as well. But her voice is amazing. She's a great singer. She's a superstar. The show...
But it never come off awkward to me. Like when I watched it as a kid, I never really thought like, oh, she's really bad. Like,
have you watched clips now?
Yeah, of course, because like I'm older. But I mean, at the time, whereas Sunny with a Chance, like even when I was younger, I still was like, oh, her acting makes me feel uncomfortable. I didn't feel that way about Miley's acting.
You've got to respect Hannah Montana in some way because it did such a big thing for Disney. I imagine for girls it was such a magical thing to watch, like someone like, oh, I can become a pop star and still be normal, and it's like a secret, and also like it probably made Disney loads of money because she released albums and albums. They made 2 movies. Well, Miley Cyrus is now one of the biggest stars in Hollywood, so it's like, I think it did a lot for Disney. It did a lot for Miley. It's one of those ones you always remember. Like people don't forget Hannah Montana. Do you know what I mean?
I know. I had like some of the albums as well when I was growing up, so still got the songs on my iTunes.
But if you watch clips now, it's really cringy.
But I think I'd watch it and be like, but I like this.
Yeah, it's still fun to watch. Although I will say the premise of it is a bit stupid because like she literally puts on a wig.
Who is this?
Suddenly no one has any idea who she is. It's like,
come on, guys. Like I wear wigs all the time. Can you imagine if I come out my bedroom and you're like, who are you? What are you doing in my house?
the reveals are always really funny. She'll like take it off and then she'll be like,
I'm Hannah Montana.
I'm Hannah Montana, and they'll be like,
no!
What? Are you kidding?
What are you kidding?
So I want to put it in Beyond Iconic, but it just isn't good enough.
I think one of the greats. When you pair it with That's So Raven, it's not on par.
No.
Nothing can beat That's So Raven.
Yeah. So that's our final list. Do you think that's correct? Does this look all correct to you? I mean, I'm going to put Simon Chance in trash.
But I did used to put it on.
Are we being too harsh putting Shake It Up in trash?
I don't think so because I thought it was crap.
Did you prefer Sunny with a Chance?
Yes.
You did?
I put Sunny with a Chance on more than Shake It Up because Sunny came out before, I think, before Shake It Up.
Oh, okay.
I was way too old for Shake It Up and I was like, this is crap.
I would have probably put Sweet Life in Beyond Iconic, but I can understand it is definitively worse than That's a Raven, so yeah, I can agree with that. And you'd obviously put Phineas and Ferb lower down.
Yeah.
But I'm happy with that.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, nice.
Good discussion there.
Yeah, that was fun. So I think we're going to do Nickelodeon next, because those were the 2 big ones for us. We were either watching Nicktoons, Nickelodeon, Disney Channel, or Disney Channel Plus. Sometimes Cartoon Network.
And then, well, actually, I used to watch Cartoon Network way when I was younger. Like when you were a baby.
Yeah, you used to watch like.
I watched a lot of like Cow and Chicken, Johnny Bravo, and.
Yeah, thanks for that, babes.
It's all right, babes.
That was fun.
Yeah.
Thanks for watching. Bye.
Bye.